In our last episode, King Leonardo and his faithful companion, Odie Coney, had flown to New York to begin a goodwill tour of the United States. What they did not know was that those two arch-villains, Itchy Brother and Biggie Rat, had gotten to New York first and prepared a most unwelcome welcome. Learning that the King and Odie were going to take a ride around Central Park, they disguised themselves as cabbies and arranged an accident.
Like bon voyage, brother!
But once again, the King emerged unharmed.
According to the paper, the King and Calamity are going to Coney Island. And I got connections in Coney. Now, here's what we're going to do.
And so the unsuspecting King and Odie arrived at Coney Island Amusement Park for an afternoon of fun and frolic.
What ride will we take first, Odie? The roller coaster? The dodgems? The big wheel?
Yeah, don't be a square, man. All the cats are taking the newest sprinkling rides called the Duck.
Well, now, if that's what the natives recommend, I think we ought to try it. Come, Odie. Lead on, my good man.
Right in here, gents. For the thrill of a lifetime, just sit on this seat and I'll start up the machinery.
Unfortunately, the King and Odie were completely unaware that they had become part of a shooting gallery.
Oh, they missed him. Point-blank range, and they missed him.
Oh, say, that was exciting. Very clever, these Americans. Thought for a minute there that those were real bullets they were using. What'll we ride on next, True Blue Odie?
I'd like a ride on that big Ferris wheel, sire.
Well, this will be pretty tame for me. But I'll go along for the ride, True Blue Odie.
The Ferris wheel ride was not to be as tame as the King thought, because the infamous Biggie Rat had taken over the controls. The Ferris wheel, with our two heroes as the only passengers, began to revolve at a dizzying speed. Then suddenly, Biggie applied the brakes. The King and Odie were catapulted through the air and landed on the roller coaster track.
Whew! Where are we, Odie?
I think... Oh, look out! Run for it, sire!
It's gaining! Quite a ride, isn't it?
The timing is superb. Such ingenious people, Americans.
Much obliged, my good man. Well, what next, True Blue Odie?
I've had about enough, sire. With your permission, I'll just sit this one out.
Oh, a party pooper. Well, go ahead. I'm going to try the fun house.
And so the King and Odie parted company. But as True Blue Odie sat down, he saw something that made him fear for King Leonardo.
Biggie Rat and Itchy Brother. My king must be in danger. I shall follow and see what those two traitors are up to.
Approaching quietly, Odie heard Biggie and Itchy talking of their next plot against Leonardo.
Casey just went into the fun house, and now we're going to have some fun. Pretty soon now, he's going to pass right by this opening. And when he does, pow!
Yeah, okay, Big, I dig. We crown the king, give him a knock on the noggin.
But the quick-thinking Odie Coney seized the nearest weapon, an empty pop bottle, and did some plain and fancy noggin-knocking himself. He then went around and calmly waited for the king to come out of the funhouse.
Fun fit for a king. These Americans really know how to do things right. And isn't it great that we aren't being bothered by those two wretches, Biggie and Itchy?
How true, Your Highness. How true.
But even as Odie spoke, Biggie and Itchy were pulling themselves together. Has Odie managed to knock sense into their heads, or will Biggie Rat once again plot a new plot against King Leonardo?